Good job, nice overtake. You need to give that place back, I'm afraid. That was an illegal overtake. I'm afraid you've been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.4 seconds. Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining, 5 laps of fuel left. Continue to cut corners, the stewards are going to give you a penalty, be careful. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race. Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. And gap to the car in front is 5.5 seconds. We're currently sat in 6th. Okay, Sainz is ahead of you. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 3.0 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Bottas is behind you. Okay, gap to the car behind. 4.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Our gap to first place is 0.7 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Final lap, push, push. Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining. Okay, car behind trailing us, 2.6 seconds. Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
So Nats, who else out there deserves a mention today?
Well, I feel like there are a couple, but let's start with Aiden Jackson.
Couldn't agree more. Jackson had a brilliant race, didn't he?
Yeah, we know Connor Sport has struggled all season. Jackson's done really well today, and that's in spite of the problems with his own teammate.
Even before they became teammates, these two had their fair share of run-ins. It's a fascinating rivalry. You can't take your eyes off it for one moment. But nonetheless, some much-needed points today for Connor Sport. Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
Well, a good race out there again today, Aidan. But what we do all want to know, what exactly happened with Devon? It sounded like he completely ignored a direct team order.
Yeah, what do you expect? It's Devon. He was out of order out there. He really needs to rein it in. He's not the only one driving. I'm sure the team will have a lot to say about it.
Well, he did certainly seem to cause you some trouble out there today. And after that, and what happened in Canada, what would you say to those wondering if the old Jackson-Butler rivalry is well and truly back?
I think the bigger problem is that Devon will never change. Devon only cares about Devon, and I'm not going to bend to that. So call it what you want.
So issues with Devon aside, how do you feel it went out there today?
It was a good result, for sure. But to be honest, Natalie, there's always room for improvement. I'll be studying all of the race footage and looking for new opportunities. The team will be doing the same with the car, I'm sure.
So you mentioned the car there.
At the end of the day, there's always going to be common problems for a new team like us. But you know, everyone. Each race is going to take us a step further to where we need to be.
Well, thank you for chatting with us. Great to have your time.
Okay, I'll leave that in your capable hands. Devon, you had a problem with a team order today?
Didn't happen.
What?
Look, I know everyone's saying I ignored it, but it didn't happen. I never got the order. Check the comms.
Shoddy workman always blames his tools, eh?
Check the comms.
Okay, we checked the communication pipeline. Fix it. This cannot happen again.
Typical.
Aiden, listen.
What's the point?
It's just Devon being Devon.
And what? That makes it okay? He's an arrogant...
No, you're right to call him out. But imagine if we didn't give him certain freedoms. He'd be even harder to manage. As his father, I know. Aiden, you're the best driver that we have. And it's right for you to put Devon in his place. He needs it. The team needs it.
Thanks. Between you and me, I don't think this team is right for me. I think...
Honestly, we don't deserve you. And I know that you're being discussed at other teams. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Sure. I'm sorry if I've spoken out of turn. About Devon.
Not at all. You know the best way to keep Devon in his place?
What's that?
Beat it.
Could you take a look at this, please? Hey, we need your input on this one.
So, what about Callie Mayer? Was she on your radar at this point?
Of course. She was making big waves in F2. And Ackerman would not shut up about her.
Here's our race leader, Callie Mayer. She has been blisteringly fast around Zandvoort here today.
And look at that! She's going into pit!
Interesting strategy they've decided on there. She has been lapping at rapid pace, but is this the right call?
Yeah, it's a bold move, for sure. Looks crazy to me, but let's find out.
Here she goes then, on brand new tyres. The rest of the field still sticking with their original set. Where exactly does Callie Mayer come out? Let's see.
Okay, Callie, let's go. We're going to leave it to you. You know what to do. Come on.
Copy that. I want it.
Okay, mate, race control, I'm afraid I'm not happy with your creative interpretation of track limits. They've given you a 3-second penalty. And that's us in 10th position. Deruvula just ahead. Come on, push hard. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.0 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. It's Nissani behind you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Okay, gap to leader, 15.5 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, 7 laps to go. Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far. That move was illegal, I'm afraid, mate. Return the position, give it back. pack, that's P1. That's Armstrong behind you. Okay, push, gap to the car behind. 6.0 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Look after these tyres now and you want to finish the race on this compound. 4 laps remaining. Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon. Pack, that's P1. Novalak is behind you. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 15.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Your pit window is open, pit window currently open. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Okay, final lap, let's go, final lap. Our gap behind is 19.7 seconds.
take a bow. What a masterclass to finish first here in the Netherlands. It was such an unlikely strategy from Meyer, but she and the team have made a success of it. What a race, what a performance, what a genuine joy to watch. Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be Trident picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for coming out on top in that amazing race.
Callie, what do you put your success down to this season?
Oh, I'd say probably my speed.
In what way?
I find lapping faster than everyone else really, really helps. Casper.
No.
Seriously though, I have a great team around me, and this guy, more than anyone else, has been pretty useful to have around. Casper, what are you shy? Come up here.
Yes. Okay.
And Callie says you've been a factor this season, Casper.
I'm not the one driving.
Didn't agree with my tyre strategy though.
This one has no respect for her elders.
But can you give us more detail as to the exact role that you're playing, Casper?
None whatsoever. It's all about her.
He's probably right, to be fair.
So, were you already in touch with Casper Ackerman at that point?
Ackerman and I go way back.
Hey, boss. Got another one for you. Hey, boss. Got a couple of minutes?
Okay, mate, I need you to push before the pit window opens. Push. On it. Okay, mate, race control, I'm afraid I'm not happy with your creative interpretation of track limits. They've given you a 3-second penalty. You need to slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty.
Another pit stop here at Suzuka. This time it's Aiden Jackson coming in. He's been making steady progress today, and Connor Sport need him to. They desperately need some results, and they could do without this. And look, there's chaos in that garage.
Absolutely, only 3 wheels on the car at the moment, Crofty. Aiden Jackson looks on in despair. Here comes that spare wheel now.
That's a long, long time to wait, just sat in the cockpit. What is going on down at Connor Sport?
Well, the tyre is finally out of the garage and on the car, and Aiden Jackson's back out in the race, but it's a long time in the pit, and that will cost them dearly.
What was that? How many places did I lose? Okay, try not to worry about that, Aiden. Just focus on the race, get your head down, and let's put it back. I'm sick of this! Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy. P11 now, just outside the points. Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 3.6 seconds. 5 laps of fuel remaining. Right, you've been pushing your luck on track limits too much, and we've been given a 3-second penalty. Green flag. Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining. Fourth position, you're in 4th position. Leclerc is ahead of you. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 3.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. Ocon's behind you. Okay, the gap behind is 5.8 seconds. The distance to the leader is 10.6 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Right, you've been pushing your luck on track limits too much, and we've been given a 3-second penalty. Come on, you can win that place back. Gap to your team.